his name's Siaka Massaquoi.
Yeah, Siaka Massaquoi. Okay. All right, let's take a listen.
In a world where women's sports is being transformed, the Daily Wire calls foul.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering. Absolutely thankful that you've chosen to spend this brief amount of time with me here on Monday. Quick reminder, I do my live show over on Rumble, which will be live at noon today. I don't often get like too heavily political, but this is definitely an interesting story, and it's one that I feel like, as somebody who says words on the internet, I need to continue to cover this kind of thing. So Daily Wire put out their movie Lady Ballers, which isn't, essentially not that's like the backdrop to this story. One of the actors in this movie, and a well-known person, was not, I don't know if rated is the right word. The FBI arrested him at the premiere for absolute garbage reasons. And so I want to extend my support for him now and cover the story. So, by the way, it's now December 4th. You only have about 10 more days to get your Coffee Brand Coffee gift box order in. Promo code Best Gift will save you 10%. We have 2 pre-made boxes for quick and easy grabbing, but also you can customize your gift box and put together the perfect gift full of different coffees, teas, cocos, premium snacks, peppermint bark, all this kind of stuff. Get a couple of them, knock out half of your Christmas list in one purchase. I assure you the customizable thing will make it feel unique. You don't even have to worry about wrapping it. It comes ready to go, stick a bow on it, and you're done. Now, Lady Ballers, of course, launched and became the biggest launch in Daily Wire history, according to Jeremy Boring. And now they put a lot of money behind it. And I think that the film, I've seen the film now, it encapsulates kind of like that early 2000s goofball Adam Sandler humor. I would qualify it as, popcorn film, much like maybe, just any goofball comedy that you might see playing during the day back in the heydays of Comedy Central when they played comedy.
Personally, I've seen the film, and I think it's a little bit of a drier comedy. I think he's being a little generous with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think the comedy's a bit dry. There was a couple places where the comedy landed a little better than others for me, but for the most part, I think it was like, okay, this was kind of funny, but
it's not all that funny.
it's like,
I think the message is the goal. It's not so much the comedy.
It's more about the message that
how
is
ridiculous
being portrayed.
Is the ideology. Yeah, it's more like an attack on the trans ideology itself.
And really, what it comes down to is the end of the movie. And the end of the movie is very wholesome and really what makes the movie.
Okay, well, we should review it together. Hopefully this week.
So
wow. We okay.
That's where I stand on it.
Yeah, I agree. All right, let's keep it going.
Absolutely nothing wrong at all with this film. In fact, it received a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes from the fans, while critics across the internet refused to review it, which I'm going to talk about a little bit more in a different video today. Obviously, huge success for Daily Wire. Now, one of the stars of that movie is a man by the name of Siaka Massaquoi. I hope I'm saying that right. Siaka Massaquoi. He is in this movie, and after the premiere, the FBI arrested him absolute garbage. The FBI waited for this man to get out of the Lady Ballers premiere, where they knew he would be promoting this film, and they arrested him for misdemeanors from years ago. Siaka Massaquoi, Red State columnist, LA County GOP official, arrested at the airport on ridiculous J6 misdemeanors.
Okay. I know he's reading. I'm going ahead of him here. Was he ever investigated under investigation before? Or was he ever?
It's actually in this article that they've they actually previously raided his house prior to this.
Okay.
And found nothing.
All right. Let's keep going.
They arrested him on misdemeanors. Misdemeanors are generally just you get a ticket to appear in court.
Yeah.
That's usually the maximum.
Yeah, it's very light.
You know, you generally don't get arrested for that.
It's interesting. Wow. All right. Let's keep going.
As a United States citizen, I know I have viewers all over the world. This feels, I think, unless you're one of my viewers in like North Korea or Russia.
Why do you
this feels off, obviously. I've always said of these people on that day that if people legitimately broke the law, people trespassed, people broke damaged property, that I'm 100% fine with them getting charges for. Even though I know if they were storming the capital for Palestine, they would not be charged. I don't even have to speculate that. We know that. Okay. We've seen it already this year. Okay. These people who, by and large, were there to peacefully protest. And I admit, some people got out of hand. And again, I admit, if you're breaking down doors, you're doing this kind of stuff, that you should receive, I'm 100% fine if the United States government charged them with the absolute maximum that crime allowed. But that is not what the United States government has been doing. They have been putting these people in prison, some of them without charges, one of them many months. One of the individuals that was facing charges on that day ended his own life before he got his fair day in trial, because these people aren't getting fair trials. This is 100% politically motivated. I will say this of any potential presidential candidate running against Joe Biden. I want to hear that they'll be pardoning these people. Again, if they committed vandalism or something like that, I'm fine with them getting charged. That's all we want. Charge both sides like that, right?
I will say you gotta be careful with that argument slightly. If vandalism if they should be charged and imprisoned for it, what are we gonna do about Black Lives Matter and Antifas?
They should be charged as well for their summer of love.
Yeah, well, yeah. So it's only fair if you're gonna do that to Jan 6 and the people there and whatever they did. We also have to ask the questions about Black Lives Matter and all the stuff that they've done.
And they're mostly peaceful protests.
They were meant to be peaceful protests, and we had fires in the street. Business were looted as a result, and they call it reparation.
How many billions of dollars in damages were done?
Yeah, it was like over 2 something.
Like it was far worse than this.
January 6th wasn't even not even $1 million.
And now we got video showing that these people were pushed into the Capitol. Like, come on.
Yeah.
You got to be kidding me.
And again, those videos are being, overlooked, at least by the mainstream media. They don't touch it. It's kind of crazy.
Of course not, because it goes against what they want to push as a narrative.
It's pretty amazing how these people work. They talk about the things they want to talk about, and if they don't touch it, it doesn't get to the heart of me. Like people like you and I know about it, but the the average person, like the people that live in their home, they have no idea what's going on social media. They don't interact with that stuff. That's about a good 40 to 50% of people, the population. So they're gonna have the mainstream media perspective on what actually really happened. So they never got to the truth.
Nope.
And the
No,
perspective, and
they're
they're
not
gonna
going to
vote.
get to the heart of the matter.
Yeah, they're gonna vote the same way. They're
See
gonna
what I
see
did?
Trump as the one and the insurrectionist. They're gonna keep saying the same lies. It's kind of crazy how that goes, man.
Imagine how many
crazy.
people would have their minds changed if they actually knew the truth.
The truth about what happened on January 6th. And that came out. It came out. It's been spoken about, but it's like it has to get to the people. They just don't know.
And that's why we do what we do.
That's right. That's right. Sad.
LA actor Siaka Massaquoi was arrested Thursday night at the LA airport on 4 misdemeanors. This is what the FBI is spending their time on, by the way. Can't stop people nonstop swatting. You got every popular streamer on earth, every content creator who live streams getting swatted nonstop, having their lives put at risk. They can't solve that. But this guy who trespassed 2 years ago, he is the FBI's top priority. They are using, it is my opinion. Hey, let me know in the comment section down below. And if you agree, leave a like on the video. And by the way, if you're just seeing this video for the first time, I would greatly appreciate it if you subscribe or follow down below. These people are being prosecuted as proxies against Donald Trump. That's what I believe. I believe that they are paying the price for Trump. And that's why I strongly feel that Trump should be absolutely more vocal about saying he's going to pardon these people. The problem is, not a lot of people know this. Not a lot of people are putting these pieces of the puzzle together, right? But these people are going to prison to punish Donald Trump. And our Federal Bureau of Investigation, our Department of Justice has been weaponized to do so. Massaquoi and his pregnant wife were returning from Nashville, where they attended the premiere of Daily Wire's new film, Lady Ballers. Massaquoi, who ran for California State Assembly in 2022, currently serves as the first vice chair of the Republican Party of LA County. He's also a Red State columnist. Although the charges trespassing, parading, and disorderly conduct, these are nothing charges. Okay? If he was a Democrat in black in a Democrat city, he wouldn't even have been charged with them. He certainly wouldn't have been arrested for them. He certainly wouldn't have had the FBI deployed. Although the charges are misdemeanors, FBI agents took him to jail, where he was kept overnight until being released on a $1,000 bond at the end of the day on Friday. Why? To punish Donald Trump. To make Donald Trump voters afraid.
That's one name I'm telling you, boy. And this is why he's got my vote, because their level of hatred toward Trump tells me that Trump must be up to something good. That's why they can't stand him. Did you also hear that the censorship, when it began in 2016, was the result of Trump having won the election? I found that out as well. That once Trump won, there was a system that came into place to say we have to censor. They call it organic voices online. I wonder who those are. Not mainstream voices. They say mainstream voices were vilifying Trump, but there were voices on the internet that were speaking about Trump in a positive way. This is why Trump won. So they went really hard online to make sure these voices are hush and never to be heard ever again. I did do a video about that. I'm not sure if you saw. His name is Mark. Not Mark. Is
Okay. You're back.
Oh, you see me?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, I went out for a little bit.
Yeah.
Probably did. Okay. Yeah, I did do a video about this character. His name is Mike Benz. Mike Benz spoke about why the censorship is so bad online is because the goal was to stop Trump from ever winning again. And it's been in the making for a long time. So it's just it's only just take a minute of it, and come back to the video here.
Oh yeah, I saw
So
this.
Trump is like that main character that they just can't let him win. Yeah, glad you saw it. There you go. All right.
Let's welcome Mike Benz. You can find him at Mike Benz, B-E-N-Z, Cyber, all one term, on X, where you were last night pontificating, just giving this great response to Elon Musk, which we'll get to in a minute. Mike, I want our audience to understand your background precisely from your point of view, because you do comment on all things cyber. Give us a little sense of what your professional background has looked like.
Sure. So I started off as a corporate attorney, mostly representing technology firms and finance, and then I moved into government during the Trump administration. I was a speechwriter for Secretary Dr. Ben Carson at HUD, and I advised on economic policy there. I was called up to the White House to be a speechwriter for President Donald Trump, and then from there, my portfolio on the comms side was talking about foreign policy, national security, and technology. And I worked very closely with the NSC folks there, the National Security Council folks, and I had been very attuned to issues of internet censorship for several years before that. It had been something I was writing a book on, and was doing a documentary on, and it sort of consumed everything around my life for the years, both as an attorney and working for the Trump administration, and then an opportunity opened up to join the State Department from the White House and be essentially in the diplomat role, formulating and negotiating U.S. foreign policy on internet issues, which basically has its own department within the Economic Bureau. And so I sort of saw up close and personal on inside, outside, and sideways all forms of relationships between the government and the private sector when it comes to control over speech on the internet. And so when my time in government ended, I created the foundation I now run, which is Foundation for Freedom Online.
You can find it foundationforfreedomonline.com, and you should check it out. It's amazing. Now, people are automatically going to say, Mike Benz, you worked for Trump. I'm tuning out, because there are the never Trumpers, the people who think that anyone associated with Trump must be bad. To them, you say what, Mike?
Oh, this is so much bigger than Trump. I mean, you're talking about something that is completely existential to the soul of Western civilization: the right to open your mouth and to let sounds come out of your vocal cords. I mean, that's basically what this is about. And the thing that has differentiated this country from every other country on the planet, our First Amendment, is under a crisis renegotiation right now. And I should say, I don't consider this to be a partisan thing at all. The story that I try to tell people here and try to install in people's brains is that the story of internet censorship is not a story of Republican versus Democrat. It's not a story of conservative versus liberal. It's a story of the foreign policy establishment against domestic populism. That is people and institutions whose interests are in the broader American empire versus those who live in the American homeland. And for this reason, the censorship industry is...
You got the message, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's what happened, guys. So Trump is that guy, man. The reason we're being censored is because there was an effort put together to stop Trump from ever winning the election again. That's crazy.
Agree with me? I'd like to hear you give me a more reasonable reason. I would really love to hear your reason. You see here, he says, witness why I was raided 2 years ago and recently arrested and charged November 30th, 3 years later. Were they punishing him for watching the new Daily Wire Lady Ballers movie? Why not arrest him during the 2021 raid? He was at the threshold of the door for maybe a minute and even helped the police direct the flow of foot traffic out the door. What is the crime? And when this is why your government here in the United States, our government in the United States, didn't want this footage released, because what we would see and what we have seen is the overwhelming majority of these people who have been sold to us as, absolutely out of control maniacs were anything but. Is this retaliation for the class action civil lawsuit by Larry Klayman with Siaka Massaquoi for his participation in a hilarious Babylon B video mocking Joe Biden? So he's a conservative actor, a Republican actor, a Trump supporter. Okay. And the FBI is waiting for him at the airport for misdemeanors from 3 years ago. They've had 3 years to, by the way, you don't get arrested typically for misdemeanors. It's a ticket. You get a ticket, you go. No, but they held him overnight in jail because of it is sending a message to Trump voters. Prove me wrong. Prove to me that the FBI had something. They had literally nothing as important as this. You know, not the guy who posted to Instagram saying he was going to go to the Cybertruck event and do something terrible. That wasn't something they had to deal with, right? The invasion on the southern border, all these people on pills. No, this guy had to have the FBI separate him from his pregnant wife after attending a Daily Wire movie. You see Jeremy Boring, right? He is a good man and a huge talent. The FBI arresting him at the airport 3 years after the event. And after raiding his house and not charging him already, and then only charging him with misdemeanors is one of the most absurd things I've ever heard. I 1,000% agree. I don't, I get that I'm just following orders, guys, but imagine you're some FBI agent and this is what you have to do. You have to go harass this guy, arrest him, while he's with his pregnant wife. So I will let people know I normally don't do this because, you promote one Give, Send, Go or GoFundMe and then, you're doing them. That's all your channel becomes. But he needs a legal defense fund, and it looks like he's getting a lot of support already, $57,000. By the way, court isn't cheap. It cost me over $50,000 to defend myself in a slam dunk case. On Thursday night, November 30th, him and his pregnant wife, Charlotte, were headed home on a flight after returning from the Daily Wire's Lady Ballers movie premiere in Nashville. Upon their arrival, he was separated from his wife and abruptly arrested by the FBI. At the time, Charlotte was told the charges had to do with J6. However, she was not presented with any arrest warrant. He was taken to Monterey Park Jail, where he had to stay overnight, and was told that he was being charged for 4 misdemeanors pertaining to his presence outside the building in Washington, D.C. in J6.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, it wasn't even for him being inside the building. It was all for stuff that happened outside the building.
He didn't break anything. He didn't smash any windows. He didn't kill anybody, hurt anybody, rape anybody. Nope. Makes no sense. Double standard. I wonder why people are losing trust in our justice system. It's just not making sense.
No, it doesn't.
You justify one and condemns another. It's like
rules for thee, but not for me.
Yeah.
I gave Twitter to where you can see exactly what happened inside the Capitol with him.
Is it on Discord?
Yeah, it's a short video. I think I sent it either directly before or directly after this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just crazy to me. That's even a thing. Not seeing it. Oh, okay. Found it. Yeah, this is.
The door's fucking. I'm literally trying to move.
That's him there on the right. Or sorry, that's him there on the left.
That's him right here?
No, on the left.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, right there.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, I see him now.
It's like the bad turtle head.
Under convention needs to burn.
Hey, Calf. I'm trying. Hey, I'm inside the building, dude. In the kitchen. Hey, guys. Where are you?
Yeah, that's just crazy that there are cops standing everywhere. If he was such of a threat, why didn't they do something about him then?
Mm-hmm.
Makes no sense.
1776. I'm trying, bro. You tell them. Hey guys, open up. Tell them in front of me. Tell them in front of me. Yeah, he's good. I'm literally trying to go. We gotta wait for the people above. I got you. We're gonna work it out. I'm trying. This guy here's been helping us. He's good.
Bad
Thank you,
cops.
brother.
That's just wild. Bro.
Yeah, see, he's actually trying to help organize people to clear the doorway so they can get out.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't look like an invasion nor an insurrection to me.
Yeah.
Neither is the guy breaking any law right here. Where's the condemnation from?
So
And for misdemeanors, you don't attack. You don't lock up
Like,
people for misdemeanors.
what?
That's just crazy, man. That's just crazy. It does look like a political persecution. Say what you want. It does look like a political persecution. Yeah, it's just crazy. Wow. Let's let him finish. Where is he at? Somewhere around here. I'll find you. Yeah, it is just. Yeah, it makes no sense. Sorry.
Siaka and his family are God-fearing citizens. They have served their community through various avenues, and he is currently the LA GOP vice chairman. His wife has been a tremendous support to him and is now expecting their first child in March. Since the FBI raided his home nearly 3 years ago, they have feared that this day might come in which the government would charge him for something he didn't do. He has been scrutinized at airports for several years, but has never been charged for anything. But the FBI had to make a big show about this because, lady ballers, and they get all the conservative eyes are on this. So the FBI inserts themselves into it to remind you who they were.
That's a good point.
yeah, they got to remind you who's in charge.
Wow. We need to defund them. Seriously.
Right.
I think that whoever, I really hope and pray Trump wins and deal with that because, wow.
Disband
They
the
were
FBI,
abusing their power.
Disband the ATF. Disband the CIA.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
FBI inserts themselves into it to remind you who they work for, and that's the Democratic Party. It's absolutely disgusting. It's a sham. It's treasonous, and the fact that every conservative in Congress and in the Senate is too afraid to stand up for these United States citizens is pathetic and cowardly. I definitely send my thoughts and positive vibes to him and his wife, and this is a travesty. This miscarriage of justice is disgusting from the top down. Maybe share this video out. A lot of people need to see just how they're treating American citizens here. It's just outrageous. I hope you're informed by this video. If you were, please do leave a like on it. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.
That was a great video, though.
And if anyone's interested, here is a link to the Give, Send, Go.
Okay. And I'll put a link when I do the edit. I'll make sure give me the link as well too in Discord, and I'll add it when I edit the video.
Yeah.
So we can post that.